everyone, welcome to our strong flow for today. Before we start, I'd like you just to grab a couple of props that might help you along the way. So if you have anything like a yoga strap that resembles a yoga strap, so obviously if you have one, please grab it. Otherwise, a piece of rope or a tea towel or a pair of leggings, anything you have lying around that you can use, or a skipping rope is good. Anything that you have lying around you could possibly use. And then just place it next to your mat along the side so we can get it easily when we're on our backs. Alright, and then today our peak pose for the day will be Svarga Dvijasana, Bird of Paradise. A very playful, fun pose to journey to and then to eventually try. So we'll have some fun with that. But to start, I'd like you to make your way onto your backs. And just lie flat on your back in any way that feels good for your body, maybe with arms above your head, maybe arms down by your sides, maybe connecting to your breath or your heart space. And just take the next couple of minutes completely for yourself. So just connect with your breath, connect with the space around you, just to de-stress, declutter the mind. And you can take deep breaths in through the nose. It's quite nice to sigh the breath out or exhale through the mouth in the beginning, just to really release any tension, release any stress or anxiety, and just allow the whole body to relax into the ground. So today we'll work on stretching and opening our shoulders, hips, and hamstrings, strengthening our quads, working on balance and core. Svarga Dvijasana is such a beautiful asana. It's one of my favorites. It symbolizes a strelitzia flower originating from South Africa. It's named after this flower because of its vividly colorful flowers, which also resemble the beak and elaborate head plumage of the bird of paradise. So just take a few more breaths, starting to become fully present in your body. And I found a lovely poem about the bird of paradise, which I thought is quite a nice way to also just set an intention for today's practice. Be the bird of paradise. Be the first rain in summer. Be your own best friend. Be the real, authentic you. Alright, take a few more breaths where you are. And then in any way that makes you feel good, I'd like you to slowly start making your way to a standing position. So just take a couple of minutes to get there. So just move around on the mat a little bit, maybe roll to one side, maybe you come over to some cat-cows. It doesn't have to be anything specific, it can just be a little bit of movement, a little bit of free flow through the body. So try to let the body guide you as you consciously move with breath and movement all the way to the front of your mat. And just take your time. I'll start moving through a few poses. If you are a bit stuck with what to do, you're welcome to copy me, but otherwise try to just listen to your body and really just let it guide you. Try to work out any last bits of tension, fidgeting, anything that you might need to work on. And we'll just take a couple of minutes to get there. Really consciously connecting breath with each movement. And maybe still sighing the breath out. It's quite a nice way to come into your body and really to connect with breath. Otherwise, you can start moving into your ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the nose, tongue placed at the top of the mouth, giving you this slight constriction in the breath, kind of finding this rhythm of oceanic sounds. Moving in any way that feels good for your body. eventually making your way to your standing position at the front of the mat. Keeping the eyes closed for a few breaths as you just settle into this new stance, as you get used to this new perspective. Standing tall, maybe lifting all 10 toes and just grounding, just playing with balance, connecting with each part of your body. And then we start to move the body a little bit just to start warming up. So we'll move through a flow, 6 rounds. Take a deep breath in, open the eyes, sweep the arms all the way up. Give yourself a full body stretch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Deep forward fold as you fold from the hips. Maybe bending the knees slightly to start with, just allowing the upper body to completely relax. Staying firm and strong and stable through the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten out your spine. Fingertips on top of the mat, tuck the belly in towards the spine as you lengthen through the neck and the back. On the next exhale, step left leg back as wide as you can. Anjayasana, taking the back knee onto the ground, keeping the back toes tucked for the first one, and then sweeping the arms all the way up towards the sky. Giving yourself a deep stretch in the psoas on the left, in the hip, opening up. And then take opposite hand to opposite elbow behind your head, and maybe just open up a little bit more. It doesn't have to be too strong to start with. And then exhale, release your hands all the way down to the mat. Spread your fingers, press into the mat. Lift the back knee, step right leg back, plank pose. Move through your vinyasa, rock forward, chaturanga halfway, breathing into your up dog. Opening up chest and shoulders, press into the mat, lift through the thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, lift up onto the toes, and then exhale, roll the heels down, push the torso back. Breathing in, roll up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down, push torso back. One more time, breathing in, roll up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down, torso back, tummy up. Slight lift of Mula Bandha, pelvic floor. On the next inhale, right foot comes slightly inwards to the center, left leg rises. Point the foot, lift it as high as you can. Exhale, squeeze left knee to left elbow, hold, one-legged plank. Left foot to the outside of the left palm, lizard pose. Just sliding your back leg a little further away, staying on the balls of the foot, spreading your fingers, just like a plank pose almost, having your knee stacked directly over your left ankle. Lift through the back thigh, so engage the quadricep, and then really tuck the belly in and up, and almost round the top of your spine very slightly. On the next exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes, start to press your heart forward as you really open up the hip. You've got this deep stretch in the psoas, and you're starting to broaden through the collarbones. Take a deep breath in, start to sweep your left arm all the way up and over. Take hold of your right foot or ankle and start to press it a little closer, deep quad stretch. Take your head and gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, slowly come back to the center. Plant the left palm back onto the mat. Lift the right knee off the mat and then step into your squat malasana. So right foot comes to the outside of the right palm, sinking the hips low and then pressing the hands in towards each other, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, folding forward, straightening out the legs, shimmy the feet inwards, toes touching, heels slightly apart, bow the forehead towards the shins. And then bend the knees, breathing in, vertebral spinal roll as you come all the way up. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and we keep moving, breathing in. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing in, halfway lift, straighten out your spine, lengthen through the spine, almost like a tabletop. Exhale, right leg steps back, wide leg, Anjayasana, taking the back knee onto the ground. If you'd like to tuck your toes under for the first one, that's great. Breathing in, arms come all the way up. Pressing into the psoas on the right, sinking deep into your hips. And then take opposite hand to opposite elbow to the uncomfortable grip, and then start to open up the heart space, lift through the elbows, and kind of lengthen as well as move back. Inhale, release. Take hands onto the ground, press your hands into the mat, spread your fingers. Lift your right knee off the ground, step left leg back, plank pose. Rocking forward, chaturanga, breathing in, up dog. Opening the heart space, lifting through the thighs, squeeze your buttocks together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, rise up onto the toes, and then exhale, roll the heels down. Breathing in, rise up onto the toes, exhale, roll the heels down. And again, breathing in, up onto the toes, exhale, roll the heels down, torso back, slight lift of Mula Bandha, tummy tucks in. Left foot comes towards the center, right leg rises, point the foot lifted as high as you can, roll the right hip down towards the mat. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, squeeze and hold. Right foot to the outside of the right palm, lizard pose, spread your fingers. Lift through the back quad, almost like your plank, stay fully active in your back leg. Tuck the belly in, slight pressing action into the hands as you gaze towards the front of the mat. On the exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes gently, start to press the heart forward, broaden through the collarbones as you lift. Deep stretch in the hip, in the psoas on the left. On the next inhale, sweep right arm all the way up behind you, take hold of left foot, roll your head over your right shoulder and start to do this deep twist in your body, such a beautiful quad stretch. Inhale, release, come back to the center, palms flat, lift the back knee back into lizard pose and then step into Malasana. Left foot to the outside of the left palm, just shimmy your feet, adjust, sink the hips down towards the earth and then take hands into the heart center. Exhale, straighten out the legs, arms come down, shimmy feet inwards, toes touching, heels slightly apart, bowing your forehead towards the shins. On the inhale, bend the knees, slowly start to spinal roll. When you make your way to the top, roll the shoulders back and down. Let's keep moving. Breathing in. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing in, halfway lift, straighten out the spine. Exhale, step left leg back, Anjayasana. If you'd like to untuck the toes now, you're welcome to do that as well. Breathing in, arms come up. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, a little bit more of a back bend here, but still lengthening through the torso, lengthening through the chest. Release, hands come down to the mat. Create your strong foundation, spread fingers, tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee, step right leg back, plank pose. Rocking forward, chaturanga, breathing into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, lifting up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. Breathing in, up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. One more time, breathing in, up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. Right foot comes towards center, left leg rises. Point the foot, lift it as high as you can. Roll the left hip down towards the mat. Exhale, squeeze left knee to left elbow, hold. Left foot to the outside of the left palm, lizard pose. Taking the back leg a little further away, lift through the quad. Keep it fully active and fully fired up, looking towards the front of the mat. Exhale, release the back knee onto the ground, untuck the back toes, sink forward a little bit more, open up chest, broaden through the collarbones, lift the gaze. On the next inhale, sweep left arm all the way out behind, take hold of right foot, and then slowly start to draw the leg in closer, roll your head over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back towards the center. Lift the back knee after you tuck the back toes, and then step into Malasana. Hands to heart center. Exhale, folding forward, straightening out your legs. Shimmy feet inwards, toes touching, heels slightly apart, forehead towards the shins. Bending the knees, breathing in, spinal roll. Rolling the shoulders back and down, keep going, breathing in. Exhale, swan dive forward. Deep breath in, halfway lift, straighten out your spine, tabletop. Exhale, right leg steps back, wide stance, Anjayasana, untucking the toes if that feels good for your body. Breathing in, arms come all the way up. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, that uncomfortable grip. Start to lengthen through the torso, open up through the chest, and then open up into a slight back bend. Release, bring hands down to the mat, create this strong foundation through hands. Tuck toes, lift the back knee off the ground, step left leg back into plank pose. Rocking forward, chaturanga, breathing into your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. Breathing in, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. One more time, breathing in, up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. Left foot comes center. Breathing in, right leg rises, point the foot, lift it as high as you can, but keep the right hip rolling down towards the ground. Exhale, squeeze right knee to right elbow, hold. Right foot to the outside of the right palm, lizard pose. Aligning yourself correctly, really firing up the quad, pressing into the hands, into the mat, engaging the abdominals. Exhale, slowly release the back knee onto the ground, untuck the back toes, press your heart forward as you start to open the chest, broaden through the collarbones, lengthen through the neck. Breathing in, sweep right arm all the way up behind you, take hold of left foot, roll your head over your right shoulder, and take a deep twist over to the right. Inhale, slowly come back to the center, hands flat onto the ground, lift the back knee, and then step into Malasana. Adjust your feet, heels inwards, toes facing outwards, starting to root down through the sit bones, hands into the heart center. Exhale, folding forward, straightening out the legs, shimmy the feet inwards, toes touching, heels slightly apart, deep forward fold. Bending the knees, breathing in, spinal roll. One more round on each side, rolling the shoulders back and down. Breathing in. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing in, halfway lift. Stepping back, left leg, low lunge, Dviyasana. Taking the back knee onto the ground, maybe untucking the back toes, breathing in, arms come up. Opposite hand to opposite elbows, you lengthen through the torso and chest and start to open up a little bit more. Releasing, hands come onto the mat, spread fingers, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step back into plank pose. Rocking forward, chaturanga, breathing in, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down, hips up. Breathing in, roll up onto the toes. Exhale, roll heels down, hips up. One more time, breathing in, roll up onto the toes. Exhale, heels down, torso back, hips up, tummy in. Right foot comes center, breathing in, left leg rises. As high as you feel comfortable, but roll the left hip down towards the mat. Exhale, squeeze left knee to left elbow. Left foot to the outside of the left palm, lizard pose. On the next exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes, press the heart forward, deepening your stretch every time we come into this pose. Taking left arm all the way up behind, taking hold of right foot, rolling your head over your left shoulder, drawing the foot a little bit closer towards the body. Take your head over your left shoulder. Release, come back to the center. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step into Malasana. Rooting through sit bones, opening the hips, hands to heart center. Exhale, straighten out the legs, shimmy the feet inwards, toes touching, heels slightly apart, forehead towards the shins. Bend the knees, breathing in, spinal roll. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Last round, breathing in, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Right leg steps back, Dviyasana, taking the back knee down, untucking the back toes if that feels good for your body. Otherwise, keeping them tucked. Arms come all the way up. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, different grip. Opening up the chest, lengthening through the torso, and then slight back bend. Releasing, hands onto the mat, create strong foundation. Tuck the back toes, left leg back, plank pose. Rocking forward, chaturanga. Breathing in, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. Breathing in up onto the toes. Exhale, roll the heels down. Breathing in up onto the toes. Last one. Heels down, torso back, tummy up. Slight lift of pelvic floor. Left foot comes towards the center, slightly right leg rises. Pointing the foot, keeping the right hip so it's rolling down towards the ground. Exhale, squeeze right knee to right elbow. Right foot to the outside of the right palm, lizard pose. Exhale, lower the back knee, untuck the back toes, press the heart forward, deepening your stretch. Breathing in, right arm sweeps all the way back, take hold of left foot, roll your head over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. Hands flat, lift up the back knee, Malasana. Left foot to the outside of the left palm, heels inwards, toes outwards, root through the sit bones, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, fold forward. Shimmy the feet inwards, toes touching, heels slightly apart, forehead down towards the shins. Bending the knees, breathing in, spinal roll. When you get to the top, close the eyes, roll the shoulders back and down a few times. And just connect with your breath. Connect with the heat moving around the body. The different sensations you might be feeling. The heartbeat. On the next inhale, start to open up the eyes. We sweep the fingertips along the mat, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms can come up about to the next to the ears, so just slightly to the ears. Pretend you have this block in between your hands and you're pressing into the block. Squeeze the tummy in, so really tuck it in and up, and then really squeeze the glute muscles. If your lower back feels it, start to tuck your tailbone down slightly, just round it slightly, and it really helps. Press the palms together, exhale, hands down to the chest. Take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, take a twist over to the left. So we'll stack the elbow just above the knee. Open up, so press the palms together, and then gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the right. Exactly the same. Press the palms in towards each other. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back towards the center. We come down even lower. Take the hands out behind you whilst you'll fall. Come onto your bottom, lift your legs. Navasana, boat pose. Draw the shoulders back. Tuck the belly in. Point or flex the feet, or maybe do a little bit of both by flaring the toes. Palms are quite active as they're sort of pressing in towards the knees. You can come a bit lower if it feels good to you, or you can stay a little bit higher. Keep breathing, try not to hold the breath. Two more breaths. Slowly releasing by bringing the legs onto the mat. Take the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Reach up. And then exhale, lifting through the torso and folding from the hips. Come all the way down, Paschimottanasana. Taking hands to feet, making this beautiful connection, or to your shins, or even to your thighs. But try to connect your body and sort of round the top of your spine as you soften over your legs. Inhale, slowly roll up. We'll take the arms back up towards the ceiling, and we'll just do a few rounds just to get the core fired up slightly of ups and downs. So tucking the belly in, rounding the spine slightly, flexing your feet. Keep the legs extremely active, especially through the quads. So the knees are kind of pressing down towards the mat. We're going to roll ourselves all the way down. Take arms above, keep your body straight, keep the feet flexed. Breathing in, coming the same way. So pretend you have this block in between your hands, and you're lifting all the way up, tuck the belly in, lift up as you engage the abdominals. Exhale, roll all the way back down. Breathing in, roll back up. If this feels really uncomfortable and you're feeling the lower back or your legs keep lifting, you can bend the knees here as well and place the feet on the ground. 2 more. Breathing in. Lift through the chest. Exhale, roll down. Last one. Breathing in, lift. Stay fully active in your legs. Exhale, roll down. And just give yourself a full body stretch. Point and flex the feet, maybe roll the ankles. And then take arms down by your sides, take hold of your strap. Alright, so we'll start with our left leg. Take the left leg up towards the ceiling. Now keep the right leg active. The quad is pressing down towards the mat, the foot is flexed. Full flexion in left leg as well. And we'll just allow this leg to drain. And we'll take our strap, or whatever you have that resembles a strap, place it at the top of the foot, underneath the toes. So we're keeping this full flexion in our foot. Alright, what I'd like us to do, you can hold on either side to start with. On the inhale, you'll press the ball of the foot, up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, you'll hold it like that, and you'll draw the leg a little closer to the body. Alright, so breathing in, you're pressing up, exhale, you're drawing back, keeping the leg as straight as you can. It can be very minuscule movements. It doesn't have to be a massive movement. It can be a couple of centimeters, it can be 1 centimeter. Just want you to feel as we're starting to open up the back of the leg. Alright, so just breathing into it. Maybe even close your eyes and really connect with the areas that you're feeling in the back of the leg. Deep breaths in, long exhales out. Maybe even come back to the sighing breath. Keep the right leg active. Take 2 more breaths here. Last one, press the foot up. Alright, take the strap now, both parts of the strap into the left hand. Wrap your left hand all the way around. Flex your foot, so full flexion here. You might even feel a deeper stretch now. Flexing the right foot as well, keeping the right leg active. Take right hand to right hip and press the hip down towards the mat as you start to open up to the left. Placing the left forearm on the mat to help you. And just really shimmying your body a little bit so you get this beautiful deep stretch in the inner groin, inner thigh on the left, and then just breathing into it. Such a nice pose, especially to prepare for our birds of paradise. Softening through your face, softening through the right shoulder. And then slowly coming back to the center. Release your strap and we'll just take a twist. So bending the knee, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee and just take a quick supine twist over to the right. And then cactus your left arm out to the side, turn to gaze at your left fingers. And we'll just take 2 deep breaths here and then just stretch a little bit more on every exhale. Inhale, come back towards the center. Squeeze left knee to left ear, relax the top foot, just press and squeeze into the descending coil. And then release. Adjust yourself, maybe just shift your hips, make sure you're lying straight. Take your strap, right leg rises. Strap comes underneath the toes, so at the top of the foot. Take hold of the strap on each side, so with each hand. Flex the left foot, keep the left leg straight and active. Breathing in, pressing the ball of the foot up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, draw it closer to the face. Breathing in, press. Exhale, draw. Can be very small movements. Maybe close the eyes, just take 5 full deep breaths here. Coming back to the center when you're done with your 5 breaths. Take the strap now in the right, both parts of the strap into the right hand as you wrap your hand all the way around. Create quite a tight grip so you've got this flexion in your right foot. Keep flexing the left foot, keep the left leg active. Take your left hand to your left hip, just to draw the left hip, to guide it down towards the mat. Breathing in, slowly start to open up to the right. Place your right forearm on the mat. And just enjoy this opening, and then really breathe into this open hip, into the groin. As you soften through the rest of the body. Two more breaths. Inhale, slowly make your way back to the center. Remove the strap, bend your knee. Just take your strap to the side of the mat for now. We'll use it again later. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Twist over to the left. Take the right arm out to the side and then turn to gaze towards your right arm. Relax your right shoulder. You can cactus the arm out like we did on the other side as well. 2 deep breaths. Breathing into the lower back. Feeling the twist as it rolls into your stomach, up through the chest, into the shoulder and neck. Inhale, come back towards the center. Straighten out your body, just shift, make sure everything is straight. Just move the strap off your mat if you have anything on your mat, and then come into full happy baby. You're going to open up both knees, take the 4 fingers, wrap them around your big toes, draw the knees down towards the mat, and just allow the hips to really open here as you rock from side to side. Massaging the spine. And then becoming still, rocking up the other way. So we're going to rock on our spine, just get a little bit of momentum every time. Maybe take 3 or 4 rocks and then eventually land up onto your bottom, finding your balance. Maybe it takes a few goes, so just take your time. And then coming back into happy baby, seated. Stay here if that feels good for you. If you want to go a little bit further, you can slowly start to open up your legs, straighten them up by pressing the knees forward. And then maybe drawing the elbows down so you're kind of moving it, opening up a little bit more. Tucking the belly in, sitting tall through the shoulders, through the chest. Stay here if that's enough. If you'd like to go a little further, almost like a Paschimottanasana, but on our bottoms with a bit of balance. We bring our legs together and then draw elbows down towards the shins as we lift. Slowly start to bend the knees, place the feet flat on the mat, take the hands out behind you, press into the mat as you lift and come straight into your forward fold. Breathing in, sweep the fingertips along the mat, chair pose, Utkatasana. Pressing the palms together, exhale, hands down to the chest. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, twist to the left. Stack the arms, try and twist a little bit deeper over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back towards the center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Stack the arms, gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back towards the center. Exhale, fold forward. Alright, and then I'd like you to take your book or your block, if you have it. If you don't have one, that's fine, you don't need it. I'd like you to bend the knees and come either into a seat, a squat seat, so bending the knees, placing your buttocks on the block, or you can just sit on your mat cross-legged, whatever feels good. I'd like you to watch for 2 minutes while I show you how to get into Birds of Paradise. I will just demo it on one side, so you can see from the back how we create the bind. And then we'll start to move through a flow, and I'd like us to add that into the flow so that we can actually see how it works with the flow. Alright, so you have your strap or your piece of rope or whatever you're using. Try to keep it fairly neat. So I won't fold it up too much because I'm not sure what you're using, but we'll just keep it kind of to the side of the mat, and we'll just keep it fairly, actually let's keep it to the front of the mat, but keep it fairly neat so it's not all tangled up and raveled up and everything. Alright, so you can fold it up a couple of times if you want to, or you can keep it along, whatever feels good to your body. Alright, so with our birds of paradise, I will do it from the back so you can see how the bind connects. So we'll start with, our stage 1 for birds of paradise will be extended side angle, so we'll come into that through the flow. So we'll start in that position. Alright, so like this, lengthening through the top arm. Alright, and then we'll start taking our bind. So I'll cue you as we go into it, but what I'd like us to do is take the strap in the right hand, or the rope, lift it up, and then take it behind you. So we're going to internally rotate the right shoulder, take it behind you, and then sweep the left arm underneath the front leg, so underneath the front thigh, and then you'll create this bind that you can then connect to. And it's quite nice to use the strap. Even if you can reach the hands, it's quite nice to use the strap just for a little bit of space. And then you roll your head over your shoulder, the top shoulder. Stage 1. So you can stay here if this is enough for you for the day. If you'd like to go a little further, you look down towards your front foot. We'll hop the back leg a little closer. So we'll work on this leg for now, and I'll cue you in this leg to start with. So pressing into the right foot, we'll lift up onto the left toes. So the side that is bound will lift up onto the toes, and it's quite light, so you can kind of press into the mat. So this is stage 2. If you're happy here, you can just stay here and just play a little bit with the bounce, with the balance. And if that's where you are today, that's absolutely fine. If you'd like to go a little bit further, we press all the way into our right foot. We find our balance as we start to lift. Staying strong and firm on this right leg, finding stability, and then really starting to open up this left hip. So kind of rolling the left shoulder open and really trying to lift this left leg a little higher and kind of externally rotate it towards the left. Alright, and then if this is enough for you, you stay here. So this is stage 3, just working with balance. If you'd like to go all the way and try it, we're going to straighten out the top leg. So you can point or you can flex, you can do a little bit of both. And then you just refine it. So really just drawing shoulders open, lifting the neck, maybe even turning to gaze over your opposite shoulder. And then coming down is exactly the same. So we'll bend the top leg, coming down in stages, placing the top toes onto the mat, grounding the top foot, placing it so that it's facing forward, step back into your extended side angle, into your bind as you roll your head back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, roll your head down, release your strap, and then we'll make our way into a reverse warrior. Okay. So when you're ready, you can place your strap at the front of the mat and just create it so that it's in a nice, neat pile. And then take your block, just place it next to you. You might need it at some point. Just make sure it's off your mat. And then we'll meet in our forward fold. So come back to the front of the mat when you're ready. On the next inhale, start to bend the knees, slowly spinal roll all the way up. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Take 3 full Ujjayi breaths here. Tadasana, mountain pose. When you're ready, open up the eyes. Take a deep breath in, our arms come up towards the ceiling, one-legged Tadasana, left knee rises, flexing the left foot. On the next exhale, sweep hands underneath the left foot and then start to straighten out the front leg, just like we did on our backs with our strap. Then I'd like you to open up to the side. So we'll take our left forefingers, wrap them around our left big toe, or you can hold onto the outside edge of the foot, whatever feels good to you. Now take your right hand, connect your index finger and thumb together into Jnana Mudra, gesture of consciousness. Take that arm out to the side to help you with balance, and then take left leg all the way out to the side, just like we did on our backs. Inhale, slowly come back to the center. Take both hands back to your top foot. Place the hands around the foot or around the shin and start to draw elbows down towards the shin. Crossing this left leg over the right thigh, sweep your arm forward, coming into a deep forward fold as you bow the forehead down towards the right shin. Inhale, bending the right knee, slowly come all the way back up. So it's a bit of a spinal roll. Come back into one-legged Tadasana, arms come up. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, kicking this left leg back, slow motion, almost like in a tabletop. Breathing in, sweep the arms back, so coming into airplane as you open up the chest, lift through the glute muscles, so keep that back leg lifting, strengthening the lower back. Stepping into Warrior 1, grounding the back heel into the earth. Before we come up, we sweep our arms down, take hold of our straps, and reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take arms down. Deep breath in, breathing it up. Exhale down. Breathing in. Exhale down, last one. Breathing in. Exhale down. Stay in your Warrior 1. Left hip is rolling forward, grounding into the back foot, really firming through the back thigh and the back glute. Taking left arm up towards the ceiling with your strap. Take it behind your spine. Internally rotate right shoulder inwards and bend the right elbow, and then take hold of your strap. Opening up, creating this link between your arms and really broadening through the chest. Gazing forward, sinking forward onto your front knee. Stay firm in the back thigh. Inhale, release. Take left arm up towards the ceiling. Release your strap again, place it towards the front of the mat. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, wide stance. Bending the front knee, strong gaze, strong heart. Breathing in, reverse warrior. Swiveling both hands down towards the mat into your lizard pose. So opening this right hip up towards the right, coming back into your lizard pose that we started with, but this time coming onto our forearms. So stacking elbows directly under the shoulders, spreading fingers, pressing them into the mat, lifting through the back thigh. On the exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes, press the heart forward, deep stretch inside on the left. Breathing in, right arm sweeps back, take hold of the left foot or ankle, roll your head over your right shoulder. Inhale, slowly come back to the center. Place both palms flat into the mat, press into the mat as you lift the back knee. Then drop the back heel, sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, extended side angle, take that left arm over. Roll your head up towards the ceiling, and really stretch from outer edge of left foot all the way to the left fingertips. On the next exhale, roll your body forward. Take your strap in your left hand. Take your strap behind your back. So we're internally rotating the shoulder, rolling it back, and then taking the right arm under our right thigh and connecting with our strap. Make sure you have a tight grip. Roll your head over your shoulder. Stay here, stage 1. Stage 2, look down towards your right foot. Hop your back leg closer. And just get used to this first. And then come up onto the right toe, stage 2. Stage 2, just playing with balance. So just maybe lifting the right toes off the mat 1 or 2 centimeters and just finding the strength and stability in the left leg. If you'd like to go a little further, stage 3, we press into the left foot as we slowly rise. Finding stability, finding balance, and then just refining it slightly here, stage 3. So rolling the right shoulder open, maybe tightening the strap slightly, really opening up the right hip. If you'd like to go a little further, we sort of almost like we're blooming into our flower, we start to straighten out the right leg. Stage 4. And then just refining it, maybe taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Coming back exactly the same way. So bending the top knee, placing the right toes on the mat, grounding the right foot, stepping left leg back, extended side angle legs, coming into your bind first, roll your head up towards the ceiling. Release your strap to the front of the mat, reverse warrior, keep the front knee bent. Take the right arm all the way up. And then swivel both hands like windmills down to the mat. Roll your hips forward, step right leg back, plank pose. Moving through your vinyasa, rock forward, chaturanga. Breathing in, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, left leg rises. Lift that leg as high as you can. We'll come into a slow motion wild thing, just to really stretch out the front body. So taking the left leg over, opening up the heart space, opening up the throat, and reaching out. Exhale, slowly coming back, left palm flat, left leg rises into your three-legged dog. Exhale, bring this left leg all the way under and through into your low lunge. Anjayasana, taking the back knee onto the ground, keeping either the toes tucked or you can untuck them. Breathing in, arms come up. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, first grip, open up heart space. Lift through the chest. Exhale, release. Right foot meets the left, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, deep forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, slowly start to spinal roll. Keeping the eyes closed when you get to the top, just rolling the shoulders back and down. Last side. Opening the eyes, deep breath in. Arms come up. One-legged Tadasana, right knee rises, finding stability, finding balance, flexing the right foot. Exhale, hands come underneath the right foot. Breathing in, straighten it out. Taking right forefingers around the big toe. Jnana Mudra, gesture of consciousness over on the left, index finger and thumb together to help with balance as you open up towards the right. Right leg comes out, keep it straight. Inhale, back towards the center. Take both hands to the bottom of the foot or to the shin, and then draw the elbows down towards the right thigh, right shin. Crossing the right leg over the left thigh, figure of four. Breathing in, palms meet. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Hold it here. Taking a deep breath in on the exhale, folding forward. Bowing forehead towards the left shin. Bending the knees, slowly spinal roll back up to your one-legged Tadasana, rising. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Coming into almost like a tabletop, straightening out the back leg, slow movements. Breathing in, slide the hands back along the body, squeeze the glute muscles, lift through the back thigh, and gaze forward, opening up the chest. Aeroplane. Grounding into your warrior 1, taking the right leg back, grounding the heel into the earth, breathing in, arms come up, and then exhale, sweep hands down, take hold of your strap, take a tight grip on either side, and then roll back up. Right hip rolls forward, firming the back thigh, firming the back glute, stretching the arms, opening the chest, bending the front knee. Exhale, come down. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Last one, breathing in. Exhale. Taking the strap in the right hand, breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, take it behind, internally rotate the left shoulder, bend the left elbow, take the left hand behind, create your bind. Maybe you can grab hold of your fingers, that's fine as well. Really extend through the arms, open up through the chest, keep the neck straight. Keep sinking forward with your front knee and keep rounding the right hip forward, but keep your back leg fully active. Breathing in, right arm reaches up. Exhale, remove your strap, place it to the front of the mat neatly. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, widening your stance, bending your front knee. Breathing in, reverse warrior, left palm sweeps back, beautiful stretch. And then sweep your fingers and your hands to the inside of the left hip. So opening up this left foot, lizard pose, pressing hands into the mat, really activating through the back leg. And then taking arms into forearms, so coming down onto the forearms, elbows stacked under the shoulders, press your hands into the mat, use them for a strong foundation, use them for support. On the next exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes, press your heart forward, lift the gaze. On the next exhale, sweep left arm all the way up behind you, take hold of right foot and start to draw it in a little closer, take your head over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back towards the center. Place the hands flat onto the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Drop the back heel, sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, extended side angle as you take that arm overhead. And then really activate through the back leg, so firming the back thigh and glutes. And then lengthening from the outside arch of your right foot all the way to your right fingers. On the next exhale, sweep your arm down. Take hold of your strap, nice tight grip. We'll take this right arm behind our back, so it's an internal rotation of the right shoulder. Sweep left arm under our left thigh, connect with your strap. Roll your head over your right shoulder, stage 1. Stage 2, look down towards your left foot. Hop your back leg a little closer. Coming up onto the left toes, staying here if this is enough and just playing with your balance, just practicing and getting used to finding stability in the right leg. If you'd like to go further, stage 3, press into your right foot, slowly start lifting. Finding stability, finding some grounding through that right leg, which then allows you to adjust and just open up through the chest, open the left leg a little more to the left, external rotation. And then breathing in, blooming into this beautiful Strelitzia flower, birds of paradise, Svarga Dvijasana, straightening out the left leg. Refining it if you need to, maybe even taking your gaze over the right shoulder. Coming back to center and then moving the same way we came in, exactly the same way out. So bending the top leg, pointing the left toes and slowly making your way onto the toes. Try to do it gracefully. Grounding the left foot, making sure the front foot is facing forwards. Step the right leg back, extended side angle legs as you roll your head up towards the ceiling. Release your strap, place it to the front of the mat. Reverse warrior. Left palm reaches all the way back. Exhale, swivel both arms down towards the mat. Spread fingers, roll your hips forward, left leg back into plank pose. Rock forward, chaturanga. Breathing into your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Bringing left foot slightly inwards towards center, right leg rises, lift it as high as you can. Wild thing, slow motion, take right leg all the way over. Ground the right foot, release the right arm and reach out as you open up heart, as you open up the throat. Exhale, roll back, right hand comes down onto the mat, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep this right leg all the way under and through into your Anjayasana, wide stance, taking the back knee onto the ground, sweeping the arms up. Changing the grip, opposite hand to opposite elbow, really opening up the chest, lengthening through torso, opening up and lifting. Exhale, release. Left foot meets the right, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, breathing in, spinal roll. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Take a couple of breaths here. Standing tall, standing firm. Feeling the energy in the body. Starting to make our way down. Deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift, straightening out the spine. And then stepping or hopping back into your last plank as you rock forward and come all the way down. Untucking the toes, taking a deep breath in, pressing into the mat, lifting into high cobra, opening the chest, push it forward, draw the shoulders back, squeezing the thighs together. Exhale, tummy down, chin, forehead last. We'll do one more. Deep breath in, pressing into the mat, rolling into your cobra, Bhujangasana. And we'll take a deep inhale here to the heart space, and then exhale, twist over to the left, take the right shoulder forward. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the right, left shoulder comes forward. Inhale, come back towards the center. Exhale into child's pose, buttocks to heels, straighten up arms, forehead to the mat. Taking 3 more breaths here. And then in any way that feels good to you, I'd like you to slowly make your way onto your backs. And just like we started, we'll take a few minutes for yourselves to feel the effects of your practice. Closing the eyes, allowing the legs and feet to fall out to the sides. Adjusting your spine so it feels straight. Tucking chin slightly into the chest just to lengthen the back of the neck. Just feeling that grounded feeling as your spine presses into the mat. Arms can be to your sides, palms facing up. And just allow the breath to come back to a normal state. Just allow the breath to come back to a normal state. You can stay in exactly the same position on your backs if you'd like to stay there for a bit longer. Otherwise, you can make your way back to a seated position to close with me. Bringing hands into the heart center, Anjali Mudra. The light in me honors the light in you, and together we